learned to cross. I'm counting the gains and I'm burning the low. My phone is my compass, the satellite's my guide. I got a digital engine burning deep inside. From the city concrete to the mountain mud, riding a contract in my own red blood. The trail is calling and it don't take no. I got 1,000,000 miles left to go. It's a world without borders, a map without end. Every mile I conquer is a digital friend. I'm out on the MoveQuest trail. I'm a hurricane wind in a tattered sail. Every step is a token, every mile is a win. I'm shedding the past and the original sin. Tracked by the light, watered by the sun. The quest ain't over till the work is done. MoveQuest trail. Said go the extra mile. I'm doing it now with a 100 smile. Bedrolls are shouting, don't you dare slow down. I'm the king of the trail, I don't need a crown. Move to earn is the code I live. I got a lot to take, cause I got a lot to give. My GPS is humming, victory song. This is where the brave and the bold belong. Every mile is a win. I'm shedding the past and the original sin. Tracked by the light, watered by the sun. The quest ain't over till the work is done. Step, minute, run, minute. I'm the master of the circuit. The world is the gym, the quest is the way. I'm earning the glory of a brand new day. Out on the MoveQuest trail, out on the MoveQuest trail. I'm a hurricane wind in a tattered sail. Every step is a token, every mile is a win. I'm shedding the past and the original sin. On the trail, MoveQuest trail, through the fire. MoveQuest trail, higher and higher and higher. Check the map, I'm still moving. Hey. I ain't trading minutes for a paper wage. I'm writing my own story on a digital page. Every step is a heartbeat, every breath is a toll. I'm uploading the fire from the depths of my soul. The satellite is watching, the ledger's open wide. There ain't no room for lazy, and there ain't no place to hide. MoveQuest calling, the signal is green. I'm the most valuable motor in this whole machine. This is my proof of life, forged in the struggle and the daily strife. I'm moving to earn, I'm earning to grow. to say wealth was a suit and a tie, but a man in a cage is just waiting to die. Now the wealth is your health, is the law of the land. I'm holding my future in the palm of my hand. Verified movement, a signature of bone. I'm reclaiming the power of the heavy unknown. This is my proof of life, forged in the struggle, in the daily strife. I'm moving to earn, I'm learning to grow. From the top of the mountain to the valley below, it's a blockchain bond that you cannot break. My sweat is a currency, my life is a stage. Meant a milestone, meant a pain. Nothing to lose and a world to gain. Immutable, verifiable, unstoppable. A sun, soul, electric guitar, solo. Lots of bands and high notes, keeping that sun sticks and BPM energy high. This is my proof of life, forged in the struggle and the daily strife. I'm moving to earn, I'm learning to grow. From the top of the mountain to the valley below. Move to earn your soul. Move to take control. The ledger is witness to the miles I've run. Proof of life, verified, verified.
Lace up tight, feel the ground shake. Every step's a dollar I make. Left foot, right foot, it's a game we play. Health and wealth in a single sway.
Step by step, watch me climb. Every move I'm cashing time. Run, walk, jump, it's all mine. Get healthy, get wealthy, redefine. Yeah, get healthy, get wealthy.
Redefine. What's my currency? No bank in sight. Sunrise to sunset, I own the night. Every stretch, every twist has a price. This grind pays twice, it's paradise. No excuses, no delay. Every motion makes my pay.
Yeah, hey, step by step, watch me climb. Every move I'm cashing time. Run, walk, jump, it's all mine. Get healthy, get wealthy. Yeah, hey, step by step, watch me climb. Every move I'm cashing time. Run, walk, jump, it's all mine. Get healthy, get wealthy. Redefine. Stumble, fall, I'm still in the race. Each bruise another badge I embrace. Momentum builds, can't erase the sound of coins in every pace. Every pace, every pace. Yeah, come on.
Get healthy, get wealthy, redefined.
Good evening, everyone. We want to welcome everybody to our today I'm already a day ahead. To our Tuesday night weekly MoveQuest update call. I want to share with everyone that Miss Lynette is dealing with her pet this evening at the vet, and she may not actually be able to make the call. I apologize. I just swallowed some. Make the call this evening, but we did not want to cancel at the last minute, and definitely want to cover any important updates and maybe answer a few questions. So tonight's call may be a short call. Like always, we want to thank everybody for taking time out of your busy schedules to be here with us, where we do get information and updates to all the things that's going on inside the MoveQuest ecosystem so that we can stay abreast and act accordingly. As of right now, I can tell everybody this. I know last week we talked a lot about the ability to actually have people come in and get the trailblazer or the miners and in essence finance them out over time. I do know that that should be coming soon. Waleed is still working on some of the technical aspects of that to update to the blockchain. It could happen. I am not saying that it is. It could happen as soon as tomorrow. But don't hold me to that. But it should be coming at some point here in the very, very near future, or what have you. I do have Mr. Hayden Andre Brown with us this evening as well. Hayden, if you have any things that you want to say or address to the community this evening, please go ahead and feel free to do so as well, sir.
Mr. Herschel Crow, it's always good to be sharing this cyber center stage with you, brother. How are you today?
I am wonderful, wonderful, wonderful.
Man, as you know, we could talk forever when it comes to MoveQuest, man. There are too many dynamic components to this project. And I mean, I always say that if it were just as simple, and it is very simple, but if it were just as simple as move to earn, move, mine, receive digital assets, then that would be enough because it is super empowering with just that one feature. But there are so many unique features that are part of MoveQuest that we could literally unwrap the value of every single one of them and be talking here for hours. Easily. Easily. So, anyways, I got a few things that I would love to share with the community. So, first and foremost, I just want to say good evening to everyone and welcome to another Tuesday night MoveQuest community call event. As Mr. Herschel Crow said, my name is Hayden Andre, your friendly neighborhood digital asset investor, tough as bricks and fixing it in the mix. It's 2026, everyone. Big welcome to all of those who are new. And a big shout out to everybody who is laser focused and locked into making 2026 a breakthrough year. I am always energized, fired up, and living in the zone of success, especially when it comes to having conversations about MoveQuest. Now, just a quick reminder before we, take the conversations to another level. Like Mr. Herschel Crow said, Miss Lynette may be coming on shortly, but she's having a little family member matter. An extended member of the family had a little bit of an injury. Her hound dog, Charlie, got a little bit of a cut that requires some care. So she's taking care of him. And it's possible that she may be coming on the call because, as you know, this is technology. You can literally connect anywhere, but she's a bit busy and she's got her hands full. But just a quick reminder to make sure that everybody is on track with 2026, it's always good to go right back to the basics. So I'd like to advise everyone to prioritize safety, security, and best practices. And whenever I say advice like that, I am talking to myself first and foremost because we are all in this mix. Okay? Make sure that your security notebooks are being kept in a safe place and make sure that they're up to date. You might be working with one and changing a few things here and there. So make sure that you're duplicating that in your backup notebooks. Okay, be sure that you're advising people accordingly. You want to avoid having electronic records of security information because once devices are compromised, the criminals will compromise all of the files that are securing all of those nice little secret security information, and all they are going to do is recreate your valuable wallet and drain it of all its assets. So avoid electronic records of passwords and security phrases and you know recovery phrases and security keys and all of that. Make sure those of you who are getting your feet wet and starting to do some transactions, and this is a reminder to, whether you're new or even those who are experienced, double check and triple check your transactions before sending and confirming them. You actually got two chances there to make sure that things are right. Once you put it in, you can check it out there. And when you hit send, you most of the time you gotta confirm that that transaction is taking place. So you can confirm the transaction is proper. Check the first few digits of the address and the last few digits of the address and make a verbal confirmation with the person who you are sending those funds to and make a visual confirmation with where you got it from, and just double check to make sure that where you are sending it is the absolute right place, because once the transaction is done, it cannot be reversed and it cannot be duplicated. And that's a kind of cool thing when it comes to crypto and blockchain, is what makes crypto so secure. But it's an area where you got to be very cautious about, because there's no turning back once you send the transaction, right? So another big advice is to do a test transaction. Do a test transaction first, especially for larger amounts. And we're talking large means anything that you do not want to lose. Any amount of funds that you do not want to lose above $20. Do a test transaction, even if it's 50 bucks. Do it in two pieces. Do one test for $20 and then one test for 30, the second try for 30, right? But do a test transaction and double check the information on the second try as well. It's important because sometimes even in the second attempt, you could make a small error. Okay, so do a test transaction and do a second transaction and still follow your rules, double check all the details. Now, the only MoveQuest website is www.movequest.com. There is no other website that you can go to be safe with MoveQuest information. www.movequest.com. Whenever you're confirming a transaction, the request to confirm the transaction will say approval confirmation, and make sure that it says movequest.com. Okay? Now, when in doubt, don't and ask. Okay, and make sure you're asking the right sources. Unless you are comfortable with a loss due to experimental learning. And I've done my share of those. I'm okay with that. You got to be okay with it. If you're testing things out, you got to be okay with it for you. I've done it before to see for myself. Because again, this is the cost of learning can be extremely valuable. So I've done my share of test transactions to see if it would work, right? But when in doubt, don't, or ask somebody who has more experience. Okay, now, this is very important. Anyone who reaches out to you privately in a private text, email, or direct message offering help is likely a criminal looking to deceive you. These people, they take the disguise of a friendly contact, hijacking someone else's identity to trick you into lowering your guard. So beware and don't get caught slipping. Now, I think that's most of the shady stuff that we got to warn you about that's out here in the world of crypto, Web3, and blockchain, because it still can be like the wild, wild west. We are all super new when it comes to this industry, and that means there's incredible amounts of opportunity, but it's also a place where you got to be super secure and practice safety, security, and best practices. So, on to the fun stuff. So the mining dock slots. Okay, there are five super cool promos taking place right now that I'm not sure everybody may be aware of. So I'm gonna highlight some of them really quickly. And Herschel can always elaborate on any one of these if he'd like to, because sometimes there are value points that you can really unwrap to help bring out the big picture value in every single one of these five items. Okay, so number one, the mining dock slot. Okay, the mining dock slot that you have to unlock in order to put NFTs into to successfully mine crypto every single day. Those slots are set at $80 right now to unlock. That is a promo. Take advantage of that before it goes to its regular price of $100 per dock slot. And we're talking in US value here. So that's $100 US. Okay? That is a promo. Take advantage of the $80 dock slot. Promo number two. Right now, a complimentary Trailblazer NFT is being given to you as part of unlocking an $80 dock slot. That is a promo. The Trailblazer is valued at $100, and you're getting one as a complimentary gift when you unlock a dock for $80. So that's like a two-in-one promo just for unlocking a mining dock. Okay, so that's the second one. Now there's actually a 2-for-1 NFT gift when you unlock dock slot number 2. This is promo number 3. A 2-for-1 NFT gift when you unlock dock slot number 2. Now, as part of the promo for unlocking dock slot 2, you're gonna get a complimentary Trailblazer. That's the first gift. But you're also getting a second Trailblazer, again valued at $100 USD. You're getting a second trailer for dock slot number 1, which is already unlocked as part of a complimentary inclusive feature that is built into MoveQuest to make sure that everyone anywhere in the world, regardless of their situation, they can begin MoveQuest and win. Okay, so the dock slot number 1 is already unlocked. That is not a promo, that is a feature of MoveQuest. However, when you unlock dock slot number 2, you're getting one Trailblazer for that dock and another Trailblazer for number 1, which is already open. Okay, now lastly, the multi-chain mining expansion challenge. Okay, that is a powerful promo that's taking place right now. Phase number 1 is on right now. However, it's closed. There is no access to it. Congratulations to everyone who stepped up, literally, who stepped up to achieve that prize. Okay, we're not going to go into the details of it, but you're pretty much going to get matching mining NFTs on multiple chains. Okay, now phase number 2 is on and open right now. That's a big victory for anyone who captures it. Okay, so what phase 2 is all about is you can receive 40% of the current mining power that you're mining with on 6 blockchains as MoveQuest expands to 6 blockchains by April the 1st. Now, for those of you who are new, here's how this works. As of December the 13th, 2025, which was a few weeks ago, all MoveQuest participants who submit proof of physical activity consistently for 60 of 110 days beyond December the 13th, you will receive 40% of the lowest amount of mining power that you're mining with for 60 days straight, or 60 days out of those 110 days. And you're going to have that 40% spread over, or not spread over, you're going to have 40% of your existing mining power given to you on 6 different blockchains that MoveQuest will be expanding to. Now pay attention to that because that includes the mining dock slots on all of those 6 chains too. Okay, that's a big value considering that every single one of those dock slots are valued at $100 each. So you can learn more about all of these promos and the details of the promo that we just talked about on the official website, movequest.com. Just tap on the dashboard on the top right corner, and the details of the matching mining power is located right there on the main screen. So that's pretty much what I have to share for now, Mr. Herschel Crow. I just want to tell everybody, machine mode is in full effect. We do this every day, all day, day after day. And as you all know, the machine does not stop until the mission objective is complete. Stay focused, stay rich, max out, level up. Herschel Crow, it's all yours.
Thank you for all of that, Hayden. It's always good to be aware and understand all the things that are going on that people in the community can actually capitalize on. And let me just check real quick on something. Just want to make sure. Just double checking just to make sure Lynette hadn't come in. So we may not get her this evening, but before we close out, and I'll answer a couple of questions that are up here before we close. One thing that I want to kind of highlight, and I apologize, I'm not the greatest graphic artist or whatever. So while Hayden was talking just now, I just created a little visual just to try to paint a picture of, I guess for me anyway, what gets me excited, really gets me excited about MoveQuest and the long-term potential that is actually associated with what we have our hands on. And I want to highlight this because I know in conversations with, some people, they haven't grasped this, or it hadn't been stated in a way that caused that light bulb to actually come on as of yet. And we still get a lot of people that ask about, when are other projects coming on, or they'll say, why are we going on so many different blockchains? Isn't that going to hurt the community? Isn't that going to hurt the value of the coin or token or whatever the case may be? Number one, it's all the same coin and token. It's the same liquidity pool. Number one. Okay, so it's the same liquidity pool. The difference is, and what gives us value by adding the additional blockchains, is that there are other projects, companies, and things like that that are out there that have existing projects, or that either are in the process of creating them, or some projects that don't even exist yet and don't even know that they're going to have a project that exists in the future, that MoveQuest, our community, as well as those projects, can actually benefit from. So I'm going to try to do this off the cuff real quick and share my screen just to hopefully paint a picture and, maybe get a little bit closer to helping someone understand just a little bit better what this could actually look like over time. So we have the MoveQuest protocol. And when we say MoveQuest protocol, because I know early on, we would always say MoveQuest project. But with the developments and things like that have transpired over the course, especially over the course of the last 12 to 18 months, this has really, really, according to the roadmap, gotten to a point to where we're ready now for other projects to literally be able to plug into the MoveQuest protocol or the MoveQuest ecosystem. So when we say MoveQuest ecosystem, what does that really mean? Through this protocol, meaning all of the technology that has been put together, all the smart contracts and all those things that have been put together to work synergistically in unison, that's the ecosystem where we use our physical activity with our miners and all of that to mine the MoveQuest token. We look at that as a project, or I want you to visualize that as a project. That's the project that we've all been involved in. The ecosystem, the tech, is the protocol. And we've been running our project leveraging that protocol. All right. In doing that, we've been able to grow a community. All right. That community is not as large as we would like for it to be, or as large as it will be in the future. But here's the value. Just with these two things, the infrastructure and the community, with the MoveQuest project, we have created a self-sustaining ecosystem. But we want the community size or the user base in this ecosystem to get larger. But what we've done through the protocol is we've created an infrastructure where other projects, and I'm going to give kudos to Bullish Moon, all the people that came into MoveQuest from the Bullish Moon community. This is the first model or example of how that's actually done, where Bullish Moon is a separate entity all in itself. They have their own community, they have their own things that they're doing, and all of that or whatever, but they're leveraging the MoveQuest protocol, the infrastructure that has been built to use to mine their token. The MoveQuest community benefits by everything that Bullish Moon does, because everybody in the Bullish Moon community has to submit on MoveQuest, submit their physical activity through MoveQuest in order to benefit or get access to Bullish Moon. So as they grow, so does MoveQuest. All right. So I want you to start thinking about a much bigger picture of what this could actually look like as days, weeks, months, years start coming down the road. So you heard me mention earlier, there's companies out there or projects or whatever the case may be that don't even know that they're going to be on the blockchain in the future because it hasn't been a thought, or they don't know enough about crypto yet, or whatever the case may be. They're not here yet. What MoveQuest allows, number one, is an already built ecosystem and infrastructure. So let's take an insurance company, a health insurance company, just as an example. One that a lot of people on this call will recognize. If you're outside the United States, it may not ring a bell to you, but I'm going to just say Blue Cross Blue Shield. I wish they was on board, but let's just say Blue Cross Blue Shield as an example. Blue Cross Blue Shield could come and say, you know what? We want to put an incentive program in place to help reduce insurance premiums for all of our insured. So regardless of what company you work for that you get insurance for through Blue Cross Blue Shield for, the company, if they're paying your insurance, premiums can go down. If you're paying it or offsetting it, premiums can go down. Why would an insurance company want to have, and in this case, leverage the MoveQuest ecosystem because and have people submit their physical data on a daily basis is because it's recorded to the blockchain as being true, factual, unchangeable, or immutable information. So it's a record that they could use to say this insured is walking, 20 miles a month, 20 miles a week, or whatever the case is. They historically have had high blood pressure, but now that they're walking 20 miles a week, guess what? The likelihood that, they're going to have a heart attack is, and I'm just making something up as an example, the likelihood that they're going to have a heart attack has now gone down by 9%. When you start looking at the amount of money that insurance companies put out for medical expenses for their insured, them paying submission fees for an insured or reducing their monthly insurance more than enough to cover submissions and still give a break is a drop in a bucket for them in conjunction to the benefits of them not having to pay out as much in medical expenses, medications, surgeries, and all of those types of things. That's the benefit to an insurance company plugging into this ecosystem. Now, that's not necessarily something that MoveQuest is going to create and then go out and start shopping for insurance companies. When we say this is a community-driven project, this is something where somebody in the community may work for an insurance company right now. Husband, uncle, sister, brother, auntie, whatever, may actually be a CEO, executive, decision maker, or whatever with some of these companies. But if we don't know what to start engaging in conversation in, with, or about, then it's hard to make those type of connections. This is not overnight stuff. It's one of those things that may take time to get to that point, but this is where it can go. And when that happens, these are people that's not jumping into these are people that may not necessarily be on a MoveQuest corporate call. They may not ever get to MoveQuest.com or what have you. This insurance company, because it's a separate entity in and of itself, would have its own website or portal for all of their insured. They may not, whatever they're doing, it may say powered by MoveQuest somewhere, and they just get instructions on what to do and when to do it. But everybody inside the MoveQuest ecosystem benefits from the activity that's taking place over here. So there's an arm's length association that doesn't necessarily even have to talk about MoveQuest or whatever. And this insurance company now controls all information, all content, all this, is being disseminated directly from them. Or they may want complete engagement, but it's up to that company. Same thing with gyms. You may have a national gym, LA Fitness, Planet Fitness, or Gold's Gym, whatever the case may be. That corporation can go and put their own incentive plan in place for their members to leverage competitions between different gyms, internally, regionally, nationally, globally, things of that nature. And they can run their own website. And MoveQuest, this protocol is the back-end infrastructure that it operates off of. And now you start thinking about, okay, in addition to us having our own project, we have our own blockchain. So all the transactions that everybody are doing, pieces of that is coming back here and fueling the liquidity in some way, shape, form, or fashion on a daily basis inside the MoveQuest community and the value of the token. Nutrition companies that are out there. You may get a nutrition company that comes to the table and says, you know what? We don't want to go directly retail. We don't want to go, direct sales or network marketing, but we have a great product. We believe that, a lot of people will love our products or what have you. You know what? MoveQuest, you guys have a marketplace. And you have a large audience. Why am I saying large audience? Think about down the road in the future with multiple companies, projects, and things like that plugging into MoveQuest. The community starts to grow in one way or another, whether we are marketing within the MoveQuest ecosystem directly or through these entities indirectly. We have a large audience or eyeballs. And this company may say, you know what? We are just going to, we manufacture, here's our manufacturing cost. We mark up what we need to make off of this so we don't have to overcharge the public for nutrition products and create a compensation plan and, and all those type of things. We'll mark it up just enough to where we make our money, and a portion of that, whether it be 5%, 10%, 15, 20, whatever, over and above, when people inside the MoveQuest ecosystem make a purchase, that funds direct liquidity. And people can people can actually submit directly to get their discounted nutrition products or whatever the case. I'm just making up, ideas here or examples or whatever. But any of these things can be there. It could be service providers. I had a talk. I don't know if any of you are familiar with a chain. I know if you're in the United States, you may have heard of it, called Stretch Zone. Stretch Zone initially, when they started going out with those franchise locations, you could only go to one location. And if you got a subscription there, and Stretch Zone, for those that aren't aware, it's a place where you can actually go, like going to the chiropractor or a massage therapist, but they actually put you on a table and they stretch your body, or what have you. I talked to an owner that had like 7 locations, and she was telling me that it has changed since the beginning, where individuals can actually come and, if you buy at one location, you can actually use that at other locations as well now. It didn't used to be that way, but you could actually have companies like that could come into our marketplace, just like this nutrition company could put products in our marketplace and sell those services where people could actually submit and or use their MQT towards the purchase of, products as well as services as time progresses. But what all of this does is it brings more people into the community and into the ecosystem. And as time goes by, and I wanted to talk about this and put this out there because there's a lot of people on this call right now that are a heck of a lot smarter than I am, have more resources than I do, have longer, deeper, better contacts than I do. And it's just a matter of there's somebody that just hadn't thought about what I'm saying, or it hadn't been articulated in a manner that made sense as to the direction that much of this is going in. When we start talking about people and volume and how we can actually get to the type of numbers that we're talking about, it's more to it than just submitting to get a token and hope that it's more valuable than what you paid to submit. So when Lynette is saying, oh my God, please don't sell your tokens until it's time, until the value, till there's a demand, this is what she means. This is the direction that we're going. It just takes time. But right now, we're in a position to accumulate the tokens so that when this is happening, we're now able to extract value and use less tokens to get the same kind of money or more, hopefully a whole lot more than we could selling the tokens that we have right now. So I applaud all of you that have already grasped this, or even if you haven't, you've made the decision and say, hey, I believe there is something here that, I may not know what it is, but I feel like there is something here for the long term or whatever. So I'm going to put my MQT over here in the hatchery so that I can grow that, at 50+% because it's compounding in the golden hatchery tier 4 or whatever, over the course of 7 months. And when that matures, I still want to give the platform or the project time to, mature even more and bring more people in, get more people educated. I'm going to roll it back through again, taking more tokens out of circulation, helping the ecosystem stabilize until such time as where the demand is higher and we need more tokens in circulation. Just like Lynette's always saying, when the time is right, when it comes to the tokens that we're all being gifted, for those that were here that first, from day one to I believe it was like that first, 6 months or whatever the case was, where we was getting that 50% match or whatever, 100% match or whatever we were mining on a daily basis. The reason why she's saying those can't be released at this time is because we would just saturate the market with too many tokens too fast and counteract what we're trying to do and accomplish. And the people that's asking, when can I get them? When can I get them? When can I get them? The majority, not all, but the majority want them so they can go sell them to extract value. But if you got to understand, when you bring them into circulation, because right now they're locked in smart contracts, you put them back into circulation, that reduces the value of each one of them right now. So she wants to release those when the value of the token is up, the demand is there for the token. So when they're reintroduced or when they're introduced to circulation, it doesn't have a negative impact on the overall value of MQT, as well as we all ultimately end up getting more value out of them at that time or what have you. So it is a building process. There are companies, projects, ideas, and things like that that are at the table. They're at the table. Some in development, but they are at the table. And it just takes time to get all of these different components with each one of them to the point to where, because think about it. Think about it in an insurance company. I know this is a far-fetched, I ain't gonna say far-fetched. I know this is a complex example, but think about the number of people that you would have to talk to for an insurance company to go this route. Think about the number of meetings that would have to be had, scheduled around board meetings, and then insurance companies saying, okay, who's the subject matter expert that's going to, educate all the people on our staff, and then our staff is going to have to turn around and educate our insured. We're going to have to draft all of the communication and all of those things. They want to see not just can we deliver on this, but they need to see from A to Z. They need to see the full picture of the whole process, be comfortable with it, and then go and explain that to the decision makers who then have to go through the same process. It just takes time. Meanwhile, we're accumulating, we're accumulating, we're accumulating. So it's not about, I know we all want right now money. We live in a microwave society. We all want right now money. I want right now money too. But I'm gonna need money tomorrow, next year, and the year after that as well. And we've just planted some seeds, positioned ourselves. If you're on this call right now, you're early to the game. You are still extremely early to the game. We have a lot of incentives that Hayden just shared with us that we can capitalize on. In short, there's still time to share with friends and family or whatever for them to be able to participate at this time as well. And if you got friends and family that just not getting it or what have you, that's okay. You can actually secure some of these things for them or what have you, because the time will come. The time will come and they will say, why you didn't explain it like that, or why you didn't, beat me with it, why you didn't twist my arm, why didn't you make me understand? Even though you may feel like you've tried to do that, that time will come for many of us, of what have you. So we just want to be in the best possible position that we can. And if any of you have any, like I say, friends, family members, co-workers, neighbors, whatever the case may be, that has a business idea, concept, or what have you, that is open to having a discussion about how they may be able to plug into an existing community that will continue to grow, an ecosystem that is fortified with availability, not just on one, not just on two, not just on three, but 4, 5, 6 different blockchains. So nobody's limited per se into where or how they decide to build from a developer perspective that best fits what they're trying to do and accomplish or what have you. So I just believe we have a long road in front of us. It's going to be a healthy, profitable one for those that get it, understand, stick around and hang on to their assets and continue to submit, move. And not only that, we're getting healthier at the same time. So with that being said, that's all I wanted to share. I'm not sure if Lynette made it on. I don't think that she did.
Yeah, that
So,
was pretty awesome, to be honest. That's
so what
you you
now?
you kind of downplayed yourself there, bro. I mean, like you dropped some fire on the community with that explanation, and I think it's some very valuable content that you just shared. So So well done, and thank you for that visual display along with it, because I know that people in general are very visual, and it really does help to lay out a roadmap, that has some labels, that has some description. So even though it was done in 5 minutes, well done, touche.
Well, thank you, sir. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
So speaking of visuals, I wouldn't mind sharing a visual just in case Lynette does want to hop on the call because she might just do that. So let's give her a little bit more time. There is one thing that you mentioned there that I'd like to highlight as well. And again, we can continue talking about this incredible project for hours, but bear with me for a quick second because I think that many times we definitely can see the value in the big picture, but I want everybody to never, ever, ever underestimate the value and the power of one. The value and the power of one. We have a leader in our community. His name is Isaac Moody. Big shout outs to Mr. Isaac Moody. He's always traveling across the country. He's always there, even though he may not be vocal and present in a way that most people can see. He's always in the trenches, and he is one of those people who is very committed and aligned with the MoveQuest vision. So I think it's important that we sometimes go back to the basics. And Isaac Moody says it on a regular basis. He says, never underestimate the power of one and building this project, even with one individual. And I say that as well. Like, do not discriminate anyone. Anyone who may seem like they are, in a position that is like a tight budget, we have a package that can fit everyone's situation. And one of the best and most inclusive features of MoveQuest is the feature known as the Phantom Virtual Mining NFT. This is something to not sleep on. This is actually a tool that you can use to pay it forward. There are people who may like Herschel Crow said, may not get it, but we can literally share this project with them, this protocol, as he says, in a way that is effortless for them because every single point that they touch to get started with MoveQuest can have $0 cost to it. The cost to create a MetaMask wallet. It doesn't cost anyone anything. There is no KYC also. It's completely decentralized. And then the cost to create an account, a MoveQuest account, there is no cost. The cost to download the app, there is none, $0 so far. And we can show people how they can mine with 900% mining power without the cost of purchasing the actual NFTs that you own. And all we got to do is maybe pay it forward, send them a couple dollars so that they can mine for a few days to catch the vision and see how simple the process is. It's literally 5 taps to have success on a daily basis. 5 taps of a device screen. One tap to launch the app. One tap to tap on that tiny little dollar symbol. The third tap is just to tap the results window for the date that you want to submit. The fourth tap is just the tap to say submit, and the fifth tap says submit anyways. In 30 seconds, your activity is done. There are a lot of people who say, you know what, I don't have time. No one can say they don't have 30 seconds in a day to tap their screen 5 times. So just to bring some highlight to the Phantom, you can mine with 9 Phantoms for 90 days straight. Imagine having 9 warriors fighting to help you build wealth creation, fighting on your behalf, and you do not have to pay to acquire this army of 9. The only cost you incur is the fuel that it costs to help them to operate on a daily basis. 10 cents each. 10 cents. It doesn't get any easier than this. You're going to move anyways, every single day, likely for the rest of your life. Imagine having a warrior of 9 fighting on your side for your benefit every single day without fail. Machine mode in full effect. They do not stop. As long as you're moving, these machines are mining. And some of you are operating with a full set of 18, whether it be Trailblazer, Vanguards, or Titans. I mean, that is super fire. And then now combine that with the ability to mine on 6 different chains? What? Do you know what you're setting yourself up for? Like Herschel Crow says, sometimes the light bulb may not click in, and sometimes it does require a little bit of visual. But imagine 18 warriors fighting on your behalf, and all you are doing is moving. And these machines, this technology is mining digital assets that have real world value every single day, day after day. This is residual value in its finest. And some of you are in a position right now to have at least 40% on 6 different chains. This is what it looks like. Imagine getting 40% of 18 warriors on 6 different chains. Don't sleep on this opportunity. It is absolute fire. That's pretty much what I wanted to share as well, Mr. Herschel Crow, just to add some visuals to help, articulate the value that's on the table.
Absolutely, absolutely. So before we go, I'm gonna grab 2 or 3 of these questions real quick, and we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up. And then we should be back on Thursday with Lynette to go over some other things. But one thing I wanted to cover, one specifically, and a lot of this is frame of mind, number one. Two is, and I'm just sorry I have to take this approach. We're all grown. We're grown folks, right? We are taking our hard-earned money and we are placing it in places that we think or feel that is structured or aligned to have sustainable value or bring value to the world, community, or whatever, and in return, be valuable. So we can get a return off whether you want to call it an investment, whether you want to call it an injection, whatever adjective that I can legally say in front of everybody. We're grown and we make those decisions and we listen to information. But we have to process the information that we're listening to. We can't take excitement out of context, number one. We can't take, when we hear, and I just use it, Lynette, as an example, when Lynette says, because she gets hit with this all the time, and I cringe every time I hear somebody say something, well, you said it was going to be this by this. No, she did not. What she says is, and you can go back and listen to the recordings, what she says is, and if it's different than that, it was definitely a mistake or faux pas, if you will, in doing so. But if you listen to it in context, what she's saying and what she brings out the spreadsheets to substantiate whether this is the effort. If in a community-driven project, the community does X, meaning there is a community of X size that has X number of miners that submits X on a daily basis, the value is X. So mathematically, she can go through and say, hey, if we have 10,000 users, submitting with, 18 Titans, the price of the token will be X, because that's how much liquidity would come in. This is how many tokens are in circulation. It's a math problem. It's a math problem. So when we talk about the value going up right away or soon or whatever the case may be, the value of the token could go to $1 million tomorrow if you're going to get 1 million people to come in and submit. You see what I'm saying? But that's not, we all know that's not going to happen tomorrow. So the question comes to, hey, I'm listening to the math. I understand that if we can hit these numbers under these auspices, we would have a token value of X. And as long as we keep X and everybody's submitting, then we can substantiate or sustain that value. All right.
Right.
With people being able to sell X number of those on a consistent basis without that fluctuation. But we all know this is the crypto space. This is the real world. Prices are going to fluctuate regardless. People are going to need money at different points in times in different amounts for different reasons. So nothing is ever going to stay static. It's going to be, you need markets to go up and down. There's people out there that would love to get into MoveQuest, but may not come in until it gets, unless the token was $3. I'm just making something up. Then you could get an injection of people that would come in because they believe that's the price that they would be willing to buy it. By the same token, there's people that's willing to sell it at $7. That person that buys it at $3 or that waits to buy it at that is not going to sell it at $7. But we all have the choice to do that. So I'm saying I'm going down this path simply because there was a question that came, and Lynette has no power to dictate what the value of the token is, but what she can do is encourage us, show us the numbers, show us the path to get to those numbers. But it's a community-driven project. We as a community have to participate. Now, I know the people that's on this call are participating, but are we getting other people to help participate with us? That we know, not even new people, just the people. Ask yourself this question. Do everybody you know that has a miner submit it in the last 72 hours? If you know somebody that has miners that hasn't submitted, you can help the ecosystem by encouraging them to start submitting on a consistent basis. That's how this grows. Then when we plug in, just so that there's no differentiation between what Lynette has said and what you just heard me say long term. I said it takes time to go to these companies. And from a business perspective, I would think you could appreciate the fact that it takes time to deal with corporates and get deals and transactions done and solidified or what have you to go through those processes. It's not a make it happen. Ooh, we Lambo. It don't work like that or whatever. We're building something to last long term with a solid foundation. The more solid the foundation, the taller we can build the building and the longer it will stand. Weak foundation, it will collapse. We'll be happy for a minute and then mad that we let it fall down. Now you're going to blame Lynette because it failed. You should have did this. You should have did that. She's doing that in advance now. This project has a project like this with a protocol that has been put in place, the programming, the way the smart contracts and all of that kind of stuff work synergistically together. Waleed has done a magnificent job of being able to pull off what he's pulled off up to this point. See, it'd be different if there was 20 other projects like this that we've seen work and this one wasn't working. But if you look and you see other projects, whether it be in the move to earn space or whether you just be smart contract driven projects with the type of complexity, which you will not find as this one, and those were working and this one wasn't, you got an argument. But when you're looking at something that's working, that's still here, just ain't at the value we all wanted to be at this particular point, you can't be mad at something that's working. We're building something for the long haul, not for a night. For the long haul, we want nights with an S. So that's where we're at. So we're going to go ahead and close it out right there. Hayden, I want to thank everybody again for joining us this evening. We will definitely have Mr. Lynette back on I believe on Thursday. We'll make sure we get those announcements out to everybody so they can know for sure. But outside of that, we're going to go ahead and call it a night. Let me find something to play. I think I'm going to do a little, I don't even know what this is, but we're going to play it anyway. Y'all have a good evening, everybody.
Good night.
The horizon line that I'm born to cross. I'm counting the gains and I'm burning the low. My phone is my compass, the satellite's my guide. I got a digital engine burning deep inside. From the city concrete to the mountain mud, riding a contract in my own red blood. The trail is calling and it don't take no. I got 1,000,000 miles left to go. It's a world without borders, a map without end. Every mile I conquer is a digital friend. I'm out on the MoveQuest trail. I'm a hurricane wind in a tattered sail. Every step is a token, every mile is a win. I'm shedding the past and the original sin. Tracked by the light, watered by the sun. The quest ain't over till the work is done. MoveQuest trail. Oh yeah. Napoleon Hill said go the extra mile. I'm doing it now with a honest smile. Bedrolls are shouting, don't you dare slow down. I'm the king of the trail, I don't need a crown. Move to earn is the code I live. I got a lot to take, cause I got a lot to give. My GPS is humming, victory song. This is where the brave and the bold belong. I'm out on the MoveQuest trail. Out on the MoveQuest trail. I'm a hurricane wind in a tattered sail. Every step is a token, every mile is a win. I'm shedding the past and the original sin. Tracked by the light, watered by the sun. The quest ain't over till the work is done. Step, minute, run, minute. I'm the master of the circuit. The world is the gym, the quest is the way. I'm earning the glory of a brand new day. Out on the MoveQuest trail. Out on the MoveQuest trail. I'm a hurricane wind in a tattered sail. Every step is a token, every mile is a win. I'm shedding the past and the original sin. On the trail.